One day, you realize something terrifying. Nobody is coming to save you. Not your friends, not your family, not luck, not motivation, not the perfect opportunity. And by the time most people finally accept that truth, they've already wasted years of their lives. Most people are trapped by a dangerous illusion. They believe their future is waiting for something: a better job, more money, more confidence, a mentor, a supportive partner, a lucky break, a perfect moment. They tell themselves that once those things arrive, they'll finally start taking action. But life doesn't work that way. The people who change their lives don't wait for perfect conditions. They move before they're ready. They start before they feel confident. They take action while everyone else is still planning. Think about how many people want to get in shape. They buy workout clothes, watch fitness videos, follow motivational accounts, tell their friends they're about to start. Then Monday arrives. Nothing happens. The next Monday arrives. Still nothing. Months pass, then years, and they remain exactly where they started. Not because they lacked information, not because they lacked potential, because they were waiting for a feeling that never arrived. The feeling of being ready. Here's the truth. You will probably never feel completely ready. The people you admire didn't feel ready either. They simply started anyway. The same thing happens with business. People spend years searching for the perfect idea, the perfect strategy, the perfect market, the perfect time. Meanwhile, someone else starts with almost nothing. Limited knowledge, limited experience, limited resources. They make mistakes. They fail. They learn. They improve. 5 years later, one person has experience. The other still has a plan. The difference wasn't intelligence. The difference was action. Think about the person who wants to start a YouTube channel. They spend months researching cameras, comparing software, watching tutorials, planning the perfect first video. Meanwhile, someone else uploads a terrible first video, then a second, then a third. A year later, one person has a growing channel. The other has a folder full of ideas. Life rewards movement, not preparation without action. Ask yourself this: what is one thing you've been telling yourself you'll start someday? And what if someday never comes? That question makes people uncomfortable. Good, because uncomfortable questions often lead to honest answers. The cost of waiting is much higher than most people realize. Every year you wait, someone else gains experience. Every month you wait, someone else develops a skill. Every week you wait, someone else builds momentum. Time doesn't stop while you're deciding. Life keeps moving. And that's why waiting can become dangerous. It feels safe. When you wait, you avoid failure. When you wait, you avoid embarrassment. When you wait, you avoid rejection. But you also avoid growth. Waiting protects your comfort while stealing your future. If you're still watching, think about this. What would your life look like today if you had started 1 year ago? Now ask yourself an even harder question. What will your life look like 1 year from now if you keep waiting? The answer to that question determines more than you think. At some point, every successful person learns the same lesson. Nobody is coming. Nobody is coming to exercise for you. Nobody is coming to study for you. Nobody is coming to build your business for you. Nobody is coming to improve your habits for you. People can help. People can support. People can encourage, but nobody can do the work for you. And strangely enough, that's good news. Because the moment you stop waiting for rescue, you gain control. Most people think responsibility is a burden. It's not. Responsibility is power. When everything is someone else's fault, you have no control. You blame your parents, your boss, the economy, your past, but look, your circumstances, and maybe some of those things are real. But blaming them doesn't move your life forward. Responsibility does. The day you say, "My life is my responsibility," everything starts to change. Not because life suddenly becomes easy, because excuses lose their power. Think about two people facing the exact same problem. One spends months complaining. The other spends months working. One focuses on why life is unfair. The other focuses on what can be done today. One waits. The other moves. A year later, their lives look completely different. Not because one was luckier, because one accepted responsibility. There is a reason the strongest people often have the hardest stories. They stopped waiting. They stopped blaming. They stopped hoping someone would rescue them. And they started rescuing themselves. That doesn't mean they never struggled. It means they moved forward despite the struggle. They acted while scared. They acted while uncertain. They acted while imperfect. And action changed everything. The problem is that most people don't fail because they're incapable. They fail because they keep negotiating with themselves. They say they'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next month. And before they realize it, another year is gone. Nothing changed. Not because they couldn't change, because they never committed. Every day, life asks the same question. Will you act or will you wait? Most people choose waiting because it feels comfortable. Action creates uncertainty. Action creates risk. Action creates the possibility of failure. But action is also the only thing that creates progress. You don't become stronger by thinking about the gym. You don't become smarter by thinking about books. You don't build a business by thinking about ideas. Your life changes when your actions change. And your actions change when you stop waiting for permission. Most people think confidence comes before action. That's backwards. Action comes first. Confidence comes later. The person who goes to the gym becomes more confident. The person who starts the business becomes more confident. The person who practices the skill becomes more confident. The person who publishes the first video becomes more confident. Confidence is earned through evidence. And evidence comes from action, not waiting. Take a moment and think about your own life. What goal have you been postponing? What dream have you convinced yourself you'll start next month? What excuse have you repeated so many times that it now feels true? Be honest, because nobody benefits from lying to themselves. The perfect moment isn't coming. The perfect opportunity isn't coming. The perfect version of you isn't coming. You must become that person, one decision at a time, one action at a time, one day at a time. 5 years from now, what will hurt more? Failing or realizing you never even tried? Most people fear failure, but regret is far heavier. Failure teaches. Regret haunts. Failure gives you another chance. Regret reminds you of chances you never took. Nobody is coming. And that's not bad news. It's freedom. Because the moment you stop waiting for rescue, you become responsible. The moment you become responsible, you become powerful. And the moment you become powerful, your life starts to change. Leave your answer in the comments below. What is one thing you've been putting off that you're finally going to start? I'd love to hear your answer. And if this video gave you the push you needed, hit the like button so more people can hear this message too. If you enjoyed these lessons on discipline, confidence, self-respect, and human nature, subscribe to the channel and join us on this journey. And remember this, nobody is coming. Stop waiting. Start moving. Start building. Start saving yourself. Because the life you want is not waiting for a rescue. It's waiting for your decision.